Good evening ළමයි හැමෝටම ආයුබෝවන් දීපතේ හැමෝටම right and today is Tuesday our paper revision class of grade 11 and today we are going to discuss our last 11th model paper and the part 1 that means paper 1 2-hour paper and there are 25 questions we already discussed that 25 all questions right all part in the part 1 that's a part A right A and B there are two parts in the paper 1 there are 2 hours and the first 25 questions we did it now we are going to the part B and this is our first question related to the part B and you know the fractions right fractions තමයි එන්නේ මතක ඇති දන්නවා වැඩේ කොහොමද එන්නේ කියලා right right now this is a question right part B 5/8 of the capacity of a certain oil tank is filled with oil and this first sentence and I told you read the sentence by sentence right understand find the meaning of the first sentence then go to the next one right and due to leak in its tap 1/5 of the oil in it got wasted during a day right and this is the scenario these are the details now first one what fraction of the whole tank was empty at the beginning right what fraction of the whole tank was empty at the beginning now listen 5/8 of the capacity of a tank oil with a filled with oil therefore 5/8 is filled with oil now tell me what is the portion of the empty one ඉතුරු ටික කීයද හරිම ලේසියි නේද හොයන්න now put the answers into chat එකේ දාන්න බලන්න answers හැමෝම 5/8 capacity of a certain oil tank filled with oil now remaining portions the empty part එක කියන්න පුළුවන් කීයද there are 5/8 therefore answer is well done 3/8 then this is the first answer then answer is you need to subtract 5/8 from the whole one therefore remaining portion becomes as 3/8 and you know the rule the whole portion 1 is represented as 8/8 8/8 now second question what fraction of the oil in the whole tank got wasted during a day now listen due to the leak in its tap 1/5 of the oil in it got wasted during a day කොච්චරකින් කොච්චරක් කියද අපි කියන්නේ සාමාන්‍යයෙන් 1/5 of the oil now oil filled with a tank the portion becomes as a 5/8 now second one Roman number 2 and you know there's an off part therefore 5/8 of the tank filled with oil now you have to multiply 1/5 of 5/8 now 5 and 5 you can simplify 5 times 1 and 5 times 1 now 1 into 1 is a 1 as well as 8 times 1 is a 8 now this is the answer during a day what fraction of the oil the whole tank මුළු ටැංකියෙන් පුතේ 1/8 leak වෙනවා right මේ ටැප් එකෙන් right now write these answers for in your writing book and this is a part B right and this PDF file I already uploaded into the LMS system I think everyone you can download it from the our website right LMS system. Now, this is a part B. First question relevant to the fraction lesson. In the O level, the fractions are very important. There are 10 marks. Sorry, මේක ලකුණු 10ක් වෙන question එකක්. Well done. Third one. At the end of the day, දවස අවසානයේදී, if 100 liters of oil was remaining in the tank, wasted ටික නෙමෙයි කියන්නේ ඉතුරු වෙච්ච ටික කියන්නේ දවසක් අවසානයේදී. Now what is the capacity of the tank? Now 1000 liter is a remaining portion. 100 liters, and this one is a remaining portion after 1 day. එක දවසකට පස්සේ ඉතුරු වෙච්ච ටිකනේ පුතේ මේ තියෙන්නේ. Now you can find the answer for after 1 day, and the wasted one is a 1/8 from the whole tank, and this is a 5/8 oil filled with oil, the whole tank. So ඒකෙන් කොච්චරක් අඩු වෙන්න ඕනද, right? අඩු වෙන්න ඕනද. Therefore you can find the answer for the remaining portion, right? Answer එකක් දාලා තියෙන 200 liters කියලා. 200 liters කියලා. හරි. බලමු වැඩි. Now listen. There are 5/8 filled with oil. You need to subtract 1/8 from it, from the whole tank. Therefore 4/8 is a remaining portion, and you know this one you can simplify. 4 times 1 and 4 times 2. Therefore remaining portion is a half. As well as this one should be equal to the 100 liters, and now you know half is equal to the 100 liters. Well done, Situ, right? Therefore whole tank, සම්පූර්ණ tank එකම අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් කීයද කියලා. The capacity of the whole tank should be 100 multiplied by the 2, because 1/2, 1 out of 2 is 100. Therefore 2 out of 2 is a whole tank. Then answer is 200 liters. Well done. Well done. නියමයි. Now find the answer for the fourth one also. තනියම හදව බලන්න පුතේ fourth one එකකට උත්තරේ එහෙනම්. If 1 liter of oil cost is a 150, find the value of the oil that got wasted. අර ටැප් එකේ ලීක් වෙච්ච ටිකේ කොස්ට් එක තමයි අපෙන් අහන්නේ, right? දාපු chat එකට උත්තරේ. If 1 liter of the oil cost is 150 rupees, just 150, and find the value of the oil that got wasted, right? Answer එක දාලා තියෙනවා. බලමු අපි හරිද කියලා, right? 3750, 3750 කියලා තමයි කියන්නේ. බලමු. And this is first question. And now you know the whole tank is 200 liters. Firstly, you need to find 1/8 from it. 1/8 from it, because the wasted one, right? And it should be multiplied by the 150 rupees. Right. Now pick up our day. Now look at this. 8 times 1 and 8 times 2, 16. 4 remainders, 4 and 0, 40. it should be 25. Now 25 times 0, 0, and 25 times 5 is 125, 12 remainders, and 37. Yes, your answer is correct. 3,750 rupees. Yes. And this is the end of the first question. ඉතින් පුතේ හරියම ලේසි වැඩේ. Right? 10 out of 10 ගන්න පුළුවන් නිකම්ම. Right? 10 out of 10. Right. Now we are going to the next part. And the second part is relevant to the pie charts. Right? සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අපි දන්නවනේ area and perimeter. Right? අපිට පුරුදු නමුත් ඔන්න මම දැන් එකක් දාලා තිනවා. This one's a pie chart. Pie charts. Data representation නේ. grade 10 එකේ lesson එක. Right. The information collected about the lunch preferred by 120 people who were participated for a certain gathering is given in the following incomplete table and the pie chart. The very important thing is the total number of peoples. Therefore, there are 120 people. 120 people. And we know 120 people we need to represent in 360 degrees. Make it and this is a very important thing. This is a not. Now, type of food: meat, fish, egg, vegetable. That jati kihipayak තියෙනවා. Meat, ඊට තියෙනවා fish, egg, vegetable. Fish, egg, and vegetable. Right. There are number of people, so 50. 15 not meat. Right. Now look at the pie chart. And this is a pie chart. I pie chart එකක් use කරලා බලමු. $90 degrees. ලේසිම ලේසි ඉහෙරන්නේ වැඩි. මේ ඉන්නේ fish. Very good. 90 degrees is a 104. And vegetable we don't know, but egg 45 degrees. 45 degrees. Maybe in egg. And vegetable we don't know. That's not veg. And the meat. Right. And this is the details about the pie chart. And meat is equals to 50 people. Meat can 50 people. 50 people. Now you know we can find the answer for a meat. එක හොයාගන්න පුළුවන් angle එක හොයාගන්න පුළුවන්. Right? And fill in the blanks in the table. ඔන්න blanks ටික fill කරන්නයි තියෙන්නේ. Right. Now look at this. First one, we have to find the answer for a fish. Fish එක මාර ලේසියින් because why? 360 degrees represent 120 people. Therefore, you can find the answer for a fish. Right? And this is first scenario. And 90 degrees represent 120 divided by the 4. එක මාර ලේසි නේද? Then answer is 30 people. 30 people. Right. And a fish හොයාගත්තා 30. 30 people. Right? And 50 people represent meat. 50 people. දැන් අපි දන්නවා වැඩක් එතකොට 90 degrees is equals to 30. right? එතකොට number of people and degrees. What is the relationship between the angle and the people, number of people? The angle is should be equal to the 3 times of the number of people. මාර ලස්සන relationship එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒව දන්නේ නැති එකක් තිබ්බොත් අපි කොහොමද හදන්නේ පුතේ? We can use algebraic expression නේද? අපිට හදන්න පුළුවන් ලස්සන algebraic expression එකක් මේ විදිහට. Look at this. Right? I'm going to choose the meet, right? And look at this. 90 degrees represent 30 people. මම මේක use කරන්න. 30 people. Therefore 50 people, you need to find the angle. මේ angle එකනේ හොයන්න ඕනේ දැන් අපි. දන්නේ නැහැ. Write as a fraction and use the cross multiplication. Cross multiplication දැම්ම නම් වැඩේ ගොඩනේ. මේක මෙහෙම නම් හරි. 50 ගියා මෙතනට 30 ආවා මෙතනට වැඩේ ඉවරයි. එහෙනම් උත්තරයක් එනවා 90 multiplied by the 50 and divide by 30. 30 times 1, 30 times 3. Now 3 times 50, 150 degrees. 150 degrees. හරනේ වැඩි. මේ බලන්න වැඩි. අතොර fish කියන කෙනාගේ අපි හොයාගත්තා number of people, there are 30 people. egg හොයාගත්තේ නෑ තාම. හරිද? හැබැයි අපි හොයාගත්තා මෙතන angle එකක්. මොන වැඩිපුර දේවල් ටිකක් හොයාගන්න යන්නේ, right? මෙතන angle එක 150 degrees. 150 degrees. Now listen, the whole angle, the sum of the all angles becomes as 360 degrees. 150, 90, 240 and 285. උතර angle එක හොයාගන්න පුළුවන් පුලේ vegetable වල මෙන්න මේ විදිහට. පේනවනේ මෙතන. Veg. මේ හොයන්න මම angle එක, right? How to find the angle? You need to subtract 360 minus 150 plus 90 is a 240 and 285. Now 10 minus 5 is a 5 and 15, 8 is a 7. 75 degrees. මෙන්න මෙතනට එනවා මට 75 degrees කියලා. හරිද? හරියම ලස්සනයි වැඩි. right? තුනෙන් බෙදි තමයි යන්නේ අපි දන්නවා මේ බලන්න වැඩි. එහෙනම් 50 people බාර lazy relationship එක, therefore angle should be 3 times මේ lazy. 90 degrees, therefore number of people is 1/3 times. ඒ කියන්නේ කවුද 3 වලින් divide වුණා නම් හරි. මේක එහෙනම් මොකද වෙන්න ඕනේ? This is a 45, therefore how many people represent for egg? එහෙනම් මොකද කරන්නේ? තුනෙන් බෙදමු. එහෙනම් 45 divide by 3, therefore answer is 45 divide by 3, it should be a 15 people. ඔන්න එනවා එතනට 15 people. Vegetable කොහොමද හොයාගන්නේ? එකත් lazy. 75 divide by 3, it should be a 25 people. වැඩේ ගොඩනේ. 15 people, 50 people, 30 people and 25 people. 25 people. Right? ඉතින් ඔක තමයි ලේසිම වැඩි. Right? Therefore, egg represent 15 and you can find like this. 15 and 30, 80 and 95. You can find the answer for a difference between the 95 and the 120. Then answer is a 25. එහෙම හොයාගන්නත් පුළුවන් ඕන. The sum of all things is at 120 people. ඇත්තනේ කතාව. මම හිමීර තේරුම් කරේ බැරිම ළමයටත් තේරෙන්න ඕනේ හින්දා, right? I think සිතු මට පුතේ මේක තේරුණා ඔයාට. ලේසිද? කවතත් ඒ. සිතු. Are you there? Yes. Next question. What is the angle of the center of the sector which represent the people who ate meat? අපි හොයාගත්තානේ. මේ ඉතින් මෙන්න මේ part එක. So Roman number 2. This was relevant to the Roman number 2. Roman number 2. අපි ලස්සන පොඩක් මේක ලියාගමු. And try it. Find the answer for the third one. ලස්සන හොයන්න උත්තරේ පුතේ third one එකට අපි. And it's a simple question. It's a third one, relevant to the ratios, right? Ratios වලින් අහන්නේ. අපි ගමු ටක් ගාලා relationship එක ලස්සනට උත්තරේ අරගෙන. If all the people who prefer the egg ate vegetable, අතර පුතේ egg කාපුවා හැම කෙනාම vegetable වලට මාරු වෙන්න ඕන. That's an internal change, right? And all the people who preferred fish ate meat. And a fish මාළු කාපු කට්ටිය යනවා මස්. And find the ratio between the number of people who ate vegetables and the number of people who ate the meat. ඉතින් සරල දෙයක් අහන්නනේ. උත්තරය දාලා තිනවා අපිට 1 into 2 කියලා. බලමු පුතේ හදලා. මාරු කරමු දැන්. මෙන්න වැඩි. Egg and vegetable. මේකවල මේකට move වෙනවා. Therefore 25 and 15 is 40. මේ තියෙන්නේ vegetable. 40. As well as a meat. Fish යන කට්ටිය මේකට යන්න ඕන. එහෙනම් 50 and 30 80. අහන්නේ පුතෙන් අපෙන් vegetables to meat. එහෙනම් we can write that as a 40 to 80. Therefore 1 times 40 times 1 and 40 times 2. Yes, your answer is correct. ඒක ලේසි නේද? This is question number 3. Roman number 3. Right, and this is a relevant to the pie charts. ඉතින් ඔන්න සම්පූර්ණ ලකුණු ටික අපිට ස්කෝර් කරන්න පුළුවන් එකේ. Right. දැන් අපි යමු අපේ third one එකට. And this was relevant to the rates. The grade 10 එකේ rates. Rates කියන්නේ අපි දන්නවා මොකද? Distance time graph නේ, volume, rates. Speed, distance, time, and distance time graph. පොඩි නෝට් එකක් මම දාන්න අපේ graph එක මම පොඩ්ඩක් draw කරගන්න. It should be 100. The 0, 20, 40 is 100. Right. Answers හරියට try එකක් දෙන්න තනියම පුතේ මම graph එක අඳින වෙලාවේ. Right. Right. Now we are going to discuss. Look at this. A person who decides to travel from his car where hit a petrol shed and pump 60 liters of petrol into his car within 60 seconds. Within 60 seconds, right? 60 liters of petrol into his car within 60 seconds. Now, through a pump, before starting his journey. Right. Now find the rate of the which petrol flows out of the pump. Now listen. Take a call that 60 liters in 60 seconds. And now you know 60 seconds is equal to the 1 minute. And how to find the rate? Volume divided by the time, right? Therefore, 60 liters divided by the 1 minute, therefore we call as a 60 liters per minute. මිනිත්තුවට ලීටර 60ක් ගහලා කියයි. This is the answer for the first one. 60 liters per minute. Understood? Siton, එක තේරුණාද? Right? 60 liters per minute. Well done. And next one. The distance time graph of his motion is given below. පේනවනේ පුතේ. උතර මේ motion එක දිහා බලනකොට පේනවා ඇති A to B, B to C, C to D. And this is a distance time graph and distance representing in kilometers as well as a time is represented by the hours. In distance time graph, uh, gradient gradient of this straight line, it should be a mention speed. අපි දන්නවා gradient කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? difference of y coordinates divided by the difference of x coordinates. That means distance divided by time, and you know the distance divided by time is a speed, right? Speed. අපි දන්නේ මේ DST triangle එක මතකයි කියලා හිතනවා. equations කරද්දි කරලා තියෙනවා DST. D distance, speed, time. Therefore, speed is equal to the distance divided by time. Distance divided by time. Distance divided by time. Now, therefore, difference of y coordinates divided by difference of x coordinate means gradient. Therefore, gradient becomes as a speed of this motion. Now, as well as an angle. Now, look at the angle. Who is the greatest angle? A to B or BC segment or CD segment? What is the greatest angle with the x-axis, positive side of the x-axis? මේ ටයිම් එකත් එක්ක බලනකොට අපි පුතේ හැදෙන ලොකුම ඇන්ගල් එක තමයි AB කියලා කියන්නේ. That means the highest speed relevant to the A to B. වැඩිපුරම හයියෙන් ගිහලා තියෙන්නේ A to B. ඇන්ගල් එක වැඩි. Right? The smallest angle is C to D. and then speed එක අඩු වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. Now understood? එකක් තේරුණාද? thumbs up එකක් දෙවුවා ඉවරයි. තේරුණාද? Right. Yeah, good. Now, and he find the total distance of his journey. ඔද පුතේ මේ journey එකේ මෙයාගේ සම්පූර්ණ දුර හොයන්න කියලා අපිට කියනවා. What is the answer? ඒක නම් ලේසි. A to B 40 kilometers and A to C 70 kilometers and A to D 90 kilometers. Some students write the answer as 100 kilometers. I make it බලන්නේ. එයා බලන්නේ මේ පැත්තේ. So 100 තියෙන දෙබ්බ 100 කියලා ඩෝන් ගාලා. වැරදි. What is the answer? 90 kilometers. 90 kilometers. Third question. Third question. Find the average speed of the journey. Now tell me how to find the average speed of the journey. Average speed. මොකක්ද මේ average speed කියලා කියන්නේ? Average speed. And you know the speed is a distance divided by time. Therefore, you need to calculate total distance divide by the total time. ගත වෙච්ච මුළු කාලයෙන් අපි divide කරනවා. And this is the formula how to find the average speed. Right? Now, average speed is a total distance is a 90 kilometers. Divide by the total time. And he spent 6 hours. පැය 6ක් ගත වෙලා තියෙනවා යා. 6 hours. And now you know 9 divided by 6 is a 1 and 3 remainders. 3 and 0 is a 30 divided by 6 is a 5 and kilometers it becomes as up 1 and index change as a negative kilometers per hour. 60 kilometer 15ක් තමයි සාමාන්‍ය average speed එක වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. කාර් එකක්ද මොකක්ද මේක නේද? නේ. Right. හිමීර තමයි ගිහලා තින්නේ. හයියෙන් ගිහලා හිමින් ගිහලා. but average ගත්තොත් එහෙම 15 තමයි ගිහලා 15. Understood? එකක් තේරෙනවද සිදු? Well done. Right. අපි මේ සෙට් එකේ නෝට් එකක් දාගමු. Done. And the fourth question. Find the speed of the BC part of this journey. BC part. And now you know the how to find the speed. Speed is a distance divided by time. Now BC part. Find the speed. BC part. B to C. B to C යනකොට බලමු අපි ස්පීඩ් එක. මේ බලන්න. B to C 40 to 70, and this is a 40 kilometers, and C is a 70 kilometers. Now tell me what is the distance between the B and C? අපි දන්නවා පුතේ B and C එකේ distance එක කියන්නේ කීයකද? 70 minus 40. 70 minus 40. Divide by the time. And this is a T1 and this is a T2. Starting and the end point. And here to here, and you know the time is a 2 to 4. And I put a 4 minus 2 hours. Then answer becomes 30 kilometers B to C, and the time duration is a 2 hours. Now 30 divided by 2 is it's also 15 kilometers per hour. එයා එන්නෙත් එහෙමයි. ඔලුවට ගියාද වැඩේ? done. ඒක ලේසි. Very last question එක පුතේ. Right. අපිට කියනවා if he maintains the speed at BC part. ඒ කියන්නේ මොකක්ද ස්පීඩ් එක එතකොට 15 kilometers per hour. Maintains the speed of the BC part throughout the journey. Find the time takes for the whole journey. Time to take as a whole journey. ඉතින් උත්තරේ එන්නේ අපි දන්නවා 6 hours කියලාම තමයි නේද? හරිද? එයා එකම ස්පීඩ් එකෙන් ගියා නම් එයාට ඒ යන්නේ 6 hours. හේතුව අපි දන්නවා distance times speed time distance. මේ බලන්න. අපි දන්නවා time එක කියන්නේ කවුද කියලා නේ? මේක වහගමුකෝ මේ. What is the time? Time is a distance divided by speed. Distance divided by speed. Now listen. Therefore, time is equal to the distance divided by speed. Therefore, distance is 90 kilometers. Speed is 15 kilometers per hour. And 90 becomes as a 15 times 6. And kilometer කැපිලා යනවා නේද? Eliminate වෙලා යනවා. H minus 1 becomes a sub 1 and this should be a hours. Now answer is 6 hours. 6 hours. ළමයා දන්නවද කියලා බලන්නේ formula ටික. කොහොමද time හොයන්නේ, speed and distance, right? TSK triangle එක ඔළුවේ තියෙනවා නම් distance is a speed into the time, and time is a distance divided by speed, and speed is a distance divided by time. ඔය තුන ඔළුවේ තියෙන්න ඕනේ. සිතු. question එක තේරෙනවද පුතේ? කොහොමද? මතක් වුණාද මොනවා හරි? yeah, මතක් වුණා. නියමයි. Right. Now we are going to our next question in our paper. This one's related to the percentages, right? මේ දෙනවා ප්‍රශ්නේ පුතේ. Right. අපි කියවලා ගන්න බාන උතරේ පුතේ. What is the value of the refrigerator after paying the tax? ලේසියිනේ. Taxes. අපි කතා කරලා percentages lesson ඔක්කොම ඉවරයි O levels, right? There are 12 parts in the percentages. We did the all parts, right? අපි ඔක්කොම කරලා ඉවරයි. If Amita paid 7,200 of value added tax when buying refrigerator worth 72,000. ඉතින් මාර ලේසි ප්‍රශ්නයක් අහන්නේ. right? එතකොට ඉතින් සරලයිනේ. tax එක එකතු වෙන්න ඕනේ. 72,000 plus 7,200. Now answer is how many rupees? 79,200 rupees. And this is the answer for the question. First question. Next one. What is the percentage of the tax charge? හදුම් බලන්න. Percentage එක හදන්න දන්නවා අපිට. You need to write as a fraction, then multiply by the 100%. Then multiply by the 100%. Then multiply by the 100%. බලමු හදලා. And you know, 7,200 is a tax for what? The value is 72,000. මෙච්චරට මෙච්චරයි නේද? Then you can multiply by the 100% also. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 and 0. ඔන්න කවල දැම්මා 0 එක. Now answer is 720 divided by 72%, and now you know the answer is very easy thing. 10%. 10%යිනේ බලපු ගමන් ඕන කෙනෙක්ට පේන උත්තරේ. Right? 10%. 10%. Good. Now B part as another story. අපි බලමු කතාව කියවලා answers ටික ගමු පුතේ. Roman number 1. බලමු. First 500,000 of the person annual income is tax free. අපි දන්නවා කතන්දරනේ කරලා තියෙනවා පිට කලින්. A tax of 4% is charged for the next 500,000 and 8% charge for the next balance income. His annual income is 1.075 million. අපි දන්නවා මිලියන 1.075, right? There are 1,075,000. Now look at this. 1,075,000. මේකනේ මෙයාගේ income එක පුතේ. Right. Now listen. Now we need to divide it the 500. First 500. The first 500,000 is a tax free. मेरा tax वादी नहीं होती. Tax second है. It's tax free. Now second scenario. Another 500,000. दांड पुलवान नहीं. There are more than 1 million. You need to count the 4%. දැන් මේක නම් හදලා කටපාඩම් අපිට. හේතුව 5 times 4 is 20,000. අපි දන්නවා 20,000 තමයි එන්නේ. 20,000 rupees. Right? Then 500 and 500,000. There are 1 million. Therefore, remaining portion is 75,000. තව ඉතුරු ඉන්නේ 75,000. එයාව දාන්නේ මෙතනට නේද? 75,000 multiply by the හැබැයි 8% වදිනවා 0,0,0,0. Right? 8 times 0 is a 0. 8 times 5, 40. Another 0 for remainders. And 56 and 60. Right. And now 6,000 rupees එනවා එතනට. Right? දැන් මම අහන්නේ find the tax to be paid as 4%. එහෙනම් උත්තරේ තමයි පුතේ 20,000. 20,000. 20,000. And the next question, find the tax to be paid as 8%. එහෙනම් ඒක පාර්ට් එකක් මම කරා නේද? Now Roman number 1 is in the part B 20,000 rupees. And the Roman number 2 is 6,000 rupees. 6,000 rupees. Find the total income tax to be paid. ඉතින් ඒක සරල ප්‍රශ්නයක්. Total tax එක කියන්නේ ඉතින් මේ දෙකේම එකතුව නේද? How many rupees? It should be 26,000 rupees. 26,000 ගෙවන්න ඕනේ. 26,000 rupees. 26,000 rupees. And this is a percentage question. ඉතින් බලන්න මාර ලේසි නේද? First one එක ඇහුවා අපෙන් VAT එක, value added tax. And second one is income tax. දැන් මෙච්චර නෙමෙයි O levels වල මතක නැති grade 11 වල අපි ඉගෙන ගත්තා reducing balance as well as a share market, right? Share market as well as compound interest, right? අපි ඉස්සරහට O level past papers කතා කරනවා ටික අමාරු questions, right? And this one's the knowledge about the grade 10, right? Now I'm going to the probability lesson, right? So probability. First you need to draw this grid. Last time මේ grid එක ඇඳලා mark කරලා බලන්න පුතේ sample space එක. Total outcomes. Mark with cross. Nimal and Namal. Namal and Nimal go to the public library once every weekday. Weekdays වල හැමදාම යනවලු එක දවස නේද? Given grid shows all the possible ways that they can go to the library during the following weeks, right? අපි ලස්සන draw කරගමු. And weekdays, there are only 5 days, Monday to Friday. And find the probability that both of them going to the library on the same day. Now find the answer. On the same day. They are going to the same day. එකම දවසේ යන එක probability එක හොයන්නලු. එකම දවසේ යන්න ඕන. අපි දන්නවා the same element becomes as a diagonal. නේද? මෙන්න මේ diagonal එක වෙන්න ඕනේ නේද? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of 25. 5 out of 25, or you can write as a 1 over 5. Right? Now, third one. Let's see, yeah? Find the probability that at least one of them going to the library on Wednesday. Right, at least once. At least once. Going on the Wednesday. Aduma gaane. Awama washayin. At least once. දාන්න බලන්න chat එකේ උත්තරේ. At least once. සිදු දාමුතු උත්තරේ at least once. අවම වශයෙන් එකපාරක් හරි. at least once කියලා කිව්වොත් දෙන්නම Wednesday ගියාම එනවද? එනවා. At least නේ at least. එතකොට both are going to the library form on the Wednesday. Yeah. Again, right? Look at this. This one, yeah. This line එක මේ ඔක්කොම එනවා. At least once. එක්කෙනෙක් කියන්නේ මේ තියෙන මොකද්ද? the normal. Animal මේ set එක ඒකත් එනවා. මේකත් එනවා. එහෙනම් මේ set එක ඔක්කොම එනවා. Right, like this. මෙන්න මේ area එක එන්න ඕන. Right, at least once. අවම වශයෙන්. Therefore 5 and 4 is a 9. The answer is a 9 out of 25. 9 out of 25. ඒක තේරුණාද සිතු? කොහමද? Yeah. Right. And this is the end of the first part. එහෙනම් පුතේ paper 1 එක මෙතනින් ඉවර වෙනවා. Now we are going to the paper 2. අපි යනවා දැන් paper 2 එකට. Right. The first question is relevant to the graphs. මතක ඇති graph. right පුතේ. අපි ඔන්න graph වලට තියෙන්නේ අපි ලස්සනට මේක fill කරලා අපි graph එක ටක් ගාලා draw කරමු. sign එක දෙන්න. right. මට graph එක පොඩ්ඩක් බලන්න ඕනේ ආ. ඊට පස්සේ ඇඳපු එක right. curve එක බලන්න ඕනේ මට. අදිමු ලස්සනට ඒ නිසා. An incomplete table, the value was prepared to draw the graph of a function y equals 4 minus x squared is given below. 4 minus x squared. අපි graph lesson එක upload කරලා තියෙන්නේ බලන්න ඇති කියලා හිතමු. 4 minus x squared. And this also relevant to the grade 10 නා. This one not grade 11. මේ grade 11 උත් නෙමෙයි. form එක මතක ඇති මේ තියෙන්නේ y equals plus or minus ax squared plus or minus b. මේක තියෙන්නේ මෙහෙම. right. එහෙනම් මේක change කරමු අපි. y equals minus x squared plus 4. මේකෙන් දැන් ලස්සනනේ වැඩි. දැන් බය නැහැ. And now you know, and this one should be a maximum parabola. මේක එනකොට maximum parabola එකක් විදියට පුතේ. And this is a maximum value. Maximum value is a 4. And it's the equation of the symmetric x is කියන්නේ කවුද? x equals 0. 0 වලින් තමයි යන්නේ මේ. හරිද? එහෙනම් මේක draw කළොත් එහෙම අනිවාර්යෙන් plus 4 වලින් හැරලා යන්න ඕනේ maximum එකක් මේක. Like this. This is a 4 and this is x axis. ඕක තමයි කතාව. නේද? තව tricks උගන්වලා තියෙනවා. The maximum value is a 4. Therefore square root of 4. And you know it should be a plus or minus 2. Therefore intersection point should be a plus or minus 2. මේ plus 2 and minus 2 වලින් කැපෙන්නත් ඕනේ මේක ඇන්දු. අපි අදලා බලමු මොකද වෙනවද කියලා. right. Right, the first one is to find the value for y when x becomes 0. Now පළවෙනි එකේ අහනවා when x becomes 0. Then y is equals to the minus x squared plus 4. Then minus 0 to the power of 2 plus 4. And this one is a 0. And 0 plus 4, it should be a 4. මෙන්න පළවෙනි උත්තරයක් වෙනවා අපිට 4 කියලා. දැන් ඉතින් අඳිමු අපි using suitable scale. And what is suitable scale for that? Right. කොහොමද අපි ගන්නෙ? 10 small division as a 1 unit. සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අපි ගන්න 10 small division as a 1 unit. Right. අපි අඳිමු. ඉස්සෙල්ලාම අදින්න y axis එක. පස්සේ into the y axis. Y axis minus 5 to the plus 4. ඒ කියන්නේ plus 4 to the minus 5 අඳින්න ඕනේ. අපි අඳිමු. minus 3 to plus 3. That's x. එක balance එකේ තමයි යන්නේ. Now mark the coordinates and draw. minus 3 plus minus 5, minus 2 0, minus 1 plus 3, and 0 4. 1 3, 2 0, and 3 5. කවම තමයි එන්නේ නේ මං කිව්ව හරියට හරි නේද right plus 2 and minus 2 තමයි කපලා ගියේ නේ because why that is the square root of 4 maximum value එකේ square root එක තමයි දෙපැත්තෙන් අනිවාර්යෙන් හැපෙන්න ඕනේ පුතේ we call as its roots or solutions of this graph අපි එක ඉගෙන ගත්තා හැම right ලස්සන අනු graph එක සිතු ෆොටෝ එකක් දාන්න පුළුවන් නම් සුපර්. නැත්තම් කැම් එකට පෙන්නුවත් කමක් නෑ වන්නේ. Is still drawing? Ah, right. Wait. I'm in there. Sure. Right. Well done. And the y-axis, so the y-axis is my නම් කරනකොට naming the y-axis අර දෙපැත්තේ නම් දාන්න එපා. දැන් ඔබ look at the positive side you mark as a left hand side and the negative side are right hand side, right? I should be the same side, right? So yeah, right. අද තමයි මොන දැක්කේ? ලස්සන ගොල්ලේ. නියමයි. Right. Good. නියමයි. And now we are going to the next part. Now we are going to the next part. And find the maximum value of the function. And you know the maximum value. And this one we call as the maximum value. Therefore, answer for the part B and the Roman number 1. Maximum value. අපි එක අඳින්න කලින් දන්නවා පුතේ. This is a maximum value. Therefore, maximum value is just 4. Just 4, right? Just 4. And the second one, find the intervals of the values of x where y, the y is as a function, y greater than or equal 3. Now listen. Greater than or equal 3. Then කොහෙද y කියන එක නා 3 තියෙන්නේ? Aha. This is a y equal 3 line. මේන්න මේ line එක තමයි කවුද? y equal 3 කියන line එක. This is a y equal 3 line. Now the function should be a greater than or equal 3. Equal 3 means y equal 3 line is here and intersection point is here and here. These are the two intersection points. Now listen. This is the answer for x and this is the answer for x. And ඊට වඩා වැඩි වෙන්න ඕනේ. Look at this function. දෙමෙන්න මේ කැල්ල බලන්න. This one is less than 3. 3ට වඩා අඩු පාර්ට් එක තමයි මේ තියෙන්නේ. And this one is also less than 3. But function becomes as a greater than 3 is here to here. මෙන්න මේ පාර්ට් එක තමයි එන්න ඕනේ. මෙන්න මේ කෑල්ල. එහෙනම් x වල ආන්සර් එක එනවා range එක and this is a range for x. මෙන්න මේ පාර්ට් එක තමයි එන්න ඕනේ උත්තරේට. How to write as answer? Left hand side, right hand side ලියමු. -1 and +1. Put the middle as a x. And this one is equal to 3. Therefore, you need to put equal and greater than sign. Now look at this. මෙන්න මේ side එකට මොකද වෙන්නේ? x is greater than or equal -1 as well as x is less than or equal +1. 1 එකට වඩා අඩු වෙන්නත් ඕන. Right? And these are the answers. These are the answers for the second one. Second one. නියමයි. ඉතින් ඕක තමයි උත්තරය අපේ second one එකට. ඒක තේරුම් සිතුම් කොහොමද? Well done. නියමයි. Super. And next one. Find the roots. අපි කතා කරා. Find the roots of the equation 2 minus x and 2 plus x. Right? 2 plus x, 2 minus x. අපි දන්නවා roots කියලා කියන්නේ කවුද? Intersection points of the x-axis. කැපෙන තැන් දෙකටනේ. And we discussed about the quadratic equation also in the grade 10. Right? Now listen. මේ බලන්නකො මේ මාර වැඩක් නේ. 2 minus x and 2 plus x equals 0. And this is a quadratic equation. මම නිකන් කියන්නේ මතක් කරන්න ඕන නිසා නිකන් මෙහෙම අපි හදමු නිකන් මේක graph එක නැතුව හදුවොත්. And these are the two factors and the product between the two factor becomes as a 0. You can write as a logic in maths 2 minus x equals 0 or 2 plus x equals 0. You can write as like this. Now minus x go to the other side. Therefore x equals 2 or plus 2 go to the other side. Now x equals minus 2. Without using the graph, you can write as like this. හැබැයි graph එකෙන් හදනවා නම් මම කියා දුන්නා intersection points මේ look at that මාර ලස්සනයි වැඩේ නේ. හරියටම කැපුණේ කොතනින්ද? roots කියලා කියන්නේ එහෙනම් පුතේ මෙන්න මේවට තමයි. නැත්නම් තමයි මොනවද කියව අපි solutions කියලාත් කිව්වනේ. Solutions roots. Understood? Therefore, answer is x equal plus 2 or x equal minus 2. Got it? Yeah. And the Roman number 4. Roman number 4. Find the interval of the values of x where the function decrease negatively. අපි ලස්සනට කතා කරලා තියෙනවා පුතේ. Left hand to side, right hand side. මේ බලන්න. Here to here. Here to here. We call as increasing negatively. Negative ne me kal. This was a negatively. This one here to here. Increasing positively. This one is sorry. Increasing negatively. Very well. Increasing negatively and increasing positively. This one here to here. Decreasing positively and this one decreasing negatively. Negatively decrease. Now decreases negatively. Decreases negatively means this part. මෙයාට තමයි අපි කියන්නේ decreases negatively. Decreases negatively. Here to here. Therefore range is x මෙයාට වඩා වැඩි වෙන්න ඕනේ මේ side. මේ පැත්තට යන්න ඕනේ. එහෙනම් x is greater than 2. X is greater than 2. Therefore, answer for a fourth one is x greater than 2. X greater than 2. Got it? Right. අපි ලස්සනට මේක note down කරගමු graph එකේ පුතේ. Right? As a short note wise, ලස්සන note එකක් දාගමු. And the second part is related to the percentages. Try. Try එක දෙන්න පුතේ කතාව කියවලා percentages වලින් ගාන හදමු අපි. අනිවාර්යෙන් ප්‍රශ්නයක් එනවනේ පුතේ. Graph and percentages. There are 10 marks. Each question carries 10 questions. You need to find the answer for the 10 questions, but each question carries 10 marks. The first one, graph, very important. And the second one, we are going to discuss percentages. And asset annual value is 50,000. So අපි දාලා rates කියන්නේ මොනවද කියලා නේ එතකොට 12% තමයි යන්නේ. The house owner rented this house for a monthly rental 10,000. රුපියල් 10,000කට rent out කරලා තියෙන්නේ මේක. And taking the annual rent money at once. එකපාර අවුරුද්ද සල්ලි එකපාර ගන්නවලු මෙයා. හරිද? අසාධාරණ වුණාට කරන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. දෙන්න වෙනවා එකපාර සල්ලි. And he paid the annual rates and spent 15,000 for the annual maintenance of the house. ගෙදර අයිතිකාරය තමයි එක ගෙවන්නේ. කුලිටින කට්ටිය ගෙවන්නේ. Right? And maintenance. He deposited the remaining amount in the bank, which pays an annual simple interest rate as a 10%. What is the total amount he received at the end of the year? දැන් ඉතින් කතන්දර දෙකක් තියෙනවා. අයි බලමු මෙයාගේ total ඉස්සලාම income එක. මොකද වෙන්න ඕනේ? total income එක. නම් මම ලියනවා income as a rent. rent එකෙන් එයාට එන සල්ලි ටික 10,000 per month and should be multiplied by the 12. එකපාර සල්ලි ඉල්ල ගන්න ඕනේ. Therefore, he receives 120,000. 1,20,000. 120,000 හම්බ වෙනවා. Easily. But he paid the annual rates. The main income එක the expenses පැත්තට අපි යන්කෝ. expenses මොනවද? expenses එනවා 15,000 මොනවටද? maintenance. හරි. maintenance අපි කියන 15,000 for annual maintenance. maintenance වලට යනවා. ඊට පස්සේ අපිට කියනවා maintenance වලට ගියාට පස්සේ rates. කොහොමද දැන් rates හදන්නේ? annual rates. And annual value is 50,000 multiplied by the 12%. ගෙදර අයිතිකාරය තමයි ගෙවන්නේ. And it should be 5 times 60. 6,000 rupees. Now we have a total expenses 15,000, 6,000, 21,000 rupees. 21,000 rupees are total expenses. Right? 21,000 rupees are total expenses. Right. දැන් ගොන්න කතාවේ මේ ටික තේරෙන්න ඕන මුල් ටික. This is total expenses. Right. Now what to do? And he deposits the remaining amount. Remaining amount එකල කියන්නේ and he receives as a income as a rates 120,000 and this is his total expenses. Now find the difference between them and that is the remaining portion. and he deposited in the bank with 10% simple interest. What is the total amount he received at the end of the year? එහෙනම් බලමු අපි වසර අවසානයේට හම්බෙන්නේ කොච්චරක්ද කියලා. Now මෙතනින් පස්සේ ඉතුරු ටික හදාගෙන යමු පුතේ ලස්සන. හරියට? remaining value එක හොයාගන්න පුළුවන් පුතේ 120,000. You will subtract 21,000 from it. Now answer is 99,000. 99,000. මේක දානවා කොහෙද බැංක් එකේ නේද දාන්නේ? Yes. With 10%. අය බලමු end of the year. එයාට හම්බෙනවා මොකද? interest එක. පොලියක් හම්බෙනවානේ. interest for a year. End of the year. අවුරුද්ද අවසානයේදී මෙන්න කතාව 99,000 multiply by the 10%. 0,000. 9,900 rupees. 9,900 rupees. අද පුතේ end of the year ගත්තොත් එහෙම අවසානයේ end of the year total income is 99,000 plus 9,900 as the interest from the bank. එන උත්තරයක් එනවා 99,000 plus 9,900. එනම් 0, 0 and 9 and 18, 1 remainder and the 10. මෙන්න මෙච්චරක් එයාගේ අතට එනවා. සිතුන්ට තේරුණාද පුතේ මේක? පිළිවෙලට තේරුණාද වැඩි? Yes. හරිද? ඉතින් ලකුණු 10ක් මේ ටික ලස්සනට හැදුවොත් පුතේ. මම ආයෙ මුලින් කියන්නම්. And this is the income with rent values. The 10,000 per month, therefore 12 months is 1 year, 120,000. But he expends to the 15,000 for a maintenance and the 6,000 for a rate. Now total expenses is 21,000. You need to subtract from the income. Therefore remaining value is 99,000 and he deposited in the bank with 10% interest rate. Now 9,900 as a interest for end of the year. Now this is a total income 9,900 plus 9,000, 99,000 plus 9,900, 108,900. මෙන්න යාට අතට හම් වෙන සල්ලි ප්‍රමාණය වසර අවසානයේදී. අපි ලස්සන නෝට් එකක් දාගමු මේක. And now we are jumping into the next part, and that is simultaneous equations, and we did in our grade 11 also. try එකක් දෙමු තනියම simultaneous equations දෙක build up කරා ගාන හැදුවා. Can you build up the equations related to this simultaneous equations? වැදගත්ම දේ පුතේ simultaneous equations දෙකේ මේ හදා ගන්න. Now listen. A class teacher distribute 3 pens for each boy. මේ බලන්න වැඩි. Collect දෙනවා pen 3 for a boy. 3 pens. For a girl, 5 pens. College වැඩිපුර ලියන්නේ නැහැ නේ. අවුලක් නැහැ. 5 pens. In the class, the number of boys in the class is a 5 less than the 3 times of the number of girls. මේක වැදගත්. අපි තියලා යම් පොඩ්ඩක් ඉස්සරහට. The total number of pens distributed were 153. ඒක වැදගත්. Total pens 153 pens. Now question said by taking the number of boys in the class X. Number of boys and number of girls as a y. And build up the pair of simultaneous equation. Now listen, the previous special thing. The number of boys, therefore X. Number of boys means X. X, number of boys is number of boys in the class 5 less than. එහෙනම් මේකෙන් අපි මොනවද කරන්නද? මෙයා තමයිලු 5 less than the 3 times of the number of girls. Therefore 3 times of the number of girls is here. This is not equal to the 3 times of number of girls. මෙයා නෙමෙයි එයාට වඩා 5ක් අඩුයි. You need to subtract 5. Now you got it? Right? Now you got it? Right. And this is the very easy thing, right? Right? Now I am going to take as a equation number 1 like this. මෙයා ගන්නවා equation number 1. වැඩේ කරනවා මෙතන නිකම්ම, right? Now, how to build a second equation with pens? For a boy, 3 pens. Therefore, how many pens for a boys? There are x boys there. Therefore, 3 times x is a 3x. And plus, there are 5 pens for a girl. Therefore, 5y. This is a total pens. This one should be equal to the 153. Now, this one I am going to take as a number 2. Number 2. And now I am going to discuss the method number 2 in simultaneous equation. We call it as a substitution method. A method එක හරි ලේසි. ඇයි පුතේ මම එහෙම කියන්නේ? මේ බලන්න. X is equals to the 3y minus 5. මම කෙලින්ම කරන්නේ යාව ගෙනලා දානවා equation number 2 එකට. Look at this. Using equation number 1 and equation number 2. Now listen. 3x plus 5y equals 153. Now listen. Now you know the value for x. X එකට value එක දාන්නවා දැන් අපි. කීයද? 3x is a 3y minus 5. 3y minus 5. Oh, මාර ලේසි. And here to say 3. 3 times x. X is a 3y minus 5. Now add 5y equals to the 153. Now expand the brackets. 3 times 3y, 9y minus 3 times 5, 15 plus 5y is equals to the 153. Now plus 15 go to the other side. Now 9y and 5y is a 14y equals to the, you need to add 15 to the 153. 168. Now look at this. Both sides you have to divide by the 14. Now listen. 14 and 14 eliminated. And the y is equals to 16 divided by 14 is a 1. 2 remainders. 2 and 8 is the 2. 2 එකයි මේ 8 එකයි 28. is a 14 times 2. නියමයි. ලස්සන උත්තරයක් ආවා. Now I'm going to choose this one. Y equals 12. Substitute into the equation number 1. ඒක තමයි ලේසිම දේ. And you know the equation number 1 is x equal 3y minus 5. Now x is equals to 3 times 12 minus 5 is a 36 minus 5 is a 31. There are 31 boys and 12 girls. Understood? වැඩිවලට ගියාද? නියමයි. අපි මේක ලස්සන ලියාගමු පුතේ. Right. Very clear. And this is the next question related to the grade 11. This one's actually. This one. And you know the theory, expand x plus 5 to the power of 3. And you know, remember this one, x plus y to the power of 3. What is the meaning of that? And you know, x to the power of 3 plus 3 times x squared y plus 3 times xy squared and plus y to the power of 3. This is expandation. මතකයි නේද? මේක මම variations 4ක් කරා class එකේදී. ඒ ලෝකෙම තියෙන්නේ 4යි. මතක ඇතිනේ. Plus plus is also plus. ඔක්කොම මතකයි. Therefore x plus 5 to the power of 3. Now how to simplify? X to the power of 3 plus 3 times first term is x to the power of 2 into the 5 plus 3 times first term and square of the second term and the is third cube of the last term, 5 to the power of 3. Now x to the power of 3, 3 times 5 15 x squared, as well as 5 to the power of 2 is a 25, 25 into 3 is a 75. දැන් සමහර ළමයි මෙහෙම කරනවා 3 times 5 15, 15 to the power of 2 225. Don't write like that. එහෙම කරන්න බෑ, right? First you need to simplify the index. 5 to the power of 2 is a 25 into 3 is a 75x. And the 5 to the power of 3 is, you know, සමහර ළමයි දෙනවා 5 to the power of 3 is a 15, sir. Yes, sir. 5 into 3 is a 15. Wrong. 5 to the power of 3 means 5 into 5 into 5. 5 into 5, 25. 25 into the 5 is a 125. And this is the last answer. Okay, no doubt. අපි ලස්සන ලියාගමු දෙ මේක. මතක තියෙන්න ඕනේ ඈ. term test වල O levels වල වැදගත් තැනක් තියෙනවා මේක. Right, and this is the end of our class, right? And we discussed the paper 1 and the part B. There are 5 questions, pie charts, fractions, and the rates as well as the probabilities, right? I will discuss kara a sections tika okkoma, right? And the graph in the 3-hour paper and the percentage and simultaneous equation and the algebraic expressions. මෙන්න අපි ඒ ටිකත් අපි discuss කරලා ඉවරයි. Right? Remaining part we are going to discuss in the next week as well as Saturday we are going to discuss our theory class, right? The theory class, right? And I am Odama. God bless you and good night, Sidhu. Right? Bye. Okay, welcome.